I wanna kiss you everywhere, all over your face and body. You are gorgeous.
This man was talking like that to who he thought was a teenage girl, despite him being well into his adulthood. This is just one example of the horrors that the internet has to offer. But here at Duckus Incorporated, we catch these alleged creeps, and our job is to make sure they face the proper legal repercussions. Meet Jimmy, also known as Dimitri. He is 50 years old and of Greek descent, and you're about to realize he has a thing for teenagers. Now, I initially found this man through a public online chatting room under the name Jim. He shoots me a private message and says, "Hello, nice to meet you." "Hi," I responded. "My name is Jimmy from Greece, Europe. I'm 6'1", 148 pounds. And then we exchanged discords. After some time, I received a friend request from a user named Azriel. I accepted and said the following. "Hi, how old are you?" I want to start this conversation off with knowing each other's ages so he can be held accountable for his actions. "Hello, I'm 50. Is that okay with you?" "Of course, I like older men." Then I asked him what he looks like, and then he sends me an image of himself. This is our suspect. Now, the decoy gives a rather cliche response to this and says, "You have such a nice body and you're really handsome." "Thank you so much, sweetheart. What do you look like?" And then I send him fake images of an adult decoy, to which he replies, "You look so gorgeous. You've got such a lovely face." Afterwards, he says, "Wish I was your boyfriend." Then I tell him I'm single and my name's Kayla. "Princess Kayla." He responds, "Aw, I'm no princess, but you're definitely my prince." This is an ongoing theme that we sort of say to each other throughout our conversations. Later on, he says he feels lucky to have met me and says, "You are my sweet angel and I love you so much," with a plethora of emojis. It's crazy how only 15 minutes have passed and he's already this madly in love. And just when you thought that this couldn't get any creepier, this man decided to send me very questionable voice messages that I'll play now.
Love you so much, my beautiful princess.
His voice sort of reminds me of Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, except I was his precious. He also sent voice messages of him speaking in Greek that were translated to some very inappropriate things. He tells me I want to hug you tight and kiss you on your sweet lips, to which I responded, "Stop, the way you speak to me touches my heart, even if I don't speak Greek." I think it's safe to say that this man wanted a taste of this decoy. It was at this moment that Dimitri turned this conversation from creepy to downright illegal. And I knew that only one wrong text could destroy our chances at getting this man in trouble with the law. Now, this is where the illegal aspect takes place. He sends me an image of his bulge, but covered up, to which he says, "I'm sorry, I just feel so excited to be with you, and that has caused that." "Why are you sorry, Dimi? That's my nickname for you, by the way." And this tactic of using nicknames was used to create an even deeper emotional connection. Now, we all saw this coming, but it wasn't long before he sent an image of his meat completely exposed. I ask him, "What are you showing me?" "Cause I'm so big and blank now, cause of you, my hottie." And then he mentions the decoy's hands and lips on it, and that it's going to go into the decoy's kitty, as he calls it. He even says that he's going to make love to me and that he's blanking it slowly as we're chatting. And then after, he sends me a rather hairy photo of it, again, while standing up, and the caption is just as creepy. "Oh, Kayla, want you so much, baby." And then he started giving the decoy a tutorial on self-pleasure. It just seems like he's grooming at this point. Unfortunately, the time has come where he had asked me to send him a voice message too, and I didn't know what to do. If I mess this up, he's going to know I'm faking this whole thing, and it'll ruin the entire sting operation. And although it's not reliable, I decided to use an AI girl voice changer. This is the result that I am sending him.
"Hi, dearie. Sorry, my mom was being difficult."
I had prayed that this was enough to fool him into thinking that I was an actual teenage girl. He responds, "Oh gosh, it had actually worked." I guess all of my experience really paid off here, because this is usually the part where the creep loses interest. And then we call it a night, to which he says, "Billion sweet kisses for my gorgeous girlfriend, Kayla." And this is proof that by the end of that first day, he had already considered me a romantic partner. Mission accomplished, but there's far more that we have to do. This is only the beginning. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to go on with this? Well, here on the Duckus channel, we are very dedicated to our work, so the catching continues. In fact, today was even worse than yesterday. Now he wakes up and instantly spams my message with texts expressing his love for the decoy. Now this took place on a Thursday, roughly in the middle of August when school had already started. So I used that as an excuse and said, "Hi Dimi, sorry, I was at school, I missed you." And then he responded lightning fast. "Baby," with a lot of kissing emojis. "Missed you too, so much." Then we were having a conversation about his job. He says he works in a hotel as a storekeeper. I responded, "Really? I've always wanted to stay at a hotel." "You will stay with me wherever I am staying. In the hotel at the moment," he said. And then afterwards he sends me an image of his face with some of the worst camera quality I think I've ever seen. I gave him a few cliche compliments and he responds with, "Oh baby, my heart is melting for you. You're so unique, unbelievable, stunning. I don't know. I'm losing my words when we're chatting." Well, Dimitri, it's unfortunate for you that instead of talking to a teenage girl, you're talking to me. And then he sends me voice messages that really disturbed me, to which I will play now.
Baby, love you so much. And much more. You are so pretty and hot, my angel. Want you so bad.
He then asks for what I'm wearing. I tell him a crop top with some jean shorts. He then starts drooling all over the decoy and sends an image of him shirtless. And then another explicit image that I have to blur out. And right before sending me his meat, he sent 2 more voice messages.
Love you more day by day, my angel. You are so fucking gorgeous.
And this man went wild. He sent me 3 images of his meat. And he even goes as far as to say that he's going to blank for me. Afterwards, we yet again call it a night and he claims to wash his meat before bed, meaning he did it to the decoy. I don't even have any words for how disgusting this is. At this point in time, I wanted to take this investigation up a notch and incriminate this man even more. So, I decided to call him in real time to see how exactly he would talk to this underage decoy out loud. Now, how will I accomplish this, you might ask, considering my voice isn't very feminine? Well, let me show you. I'm going to be using an AI girl voice changer, the same one that I had used earlier to send him that voice message. Now, the downside, that voice message took about 5 takes to get right, so there's a lot of room for error when it comes to this voice changer.
This is just an example of how glitchy this can be.
This will be the ultimate test to prove to Dimitri that I am authentic, despite it being pretty risky. This is how the call started off, and you tell me if I sound convincing.
How was your day?
My day was good. I really missed you, Dimi. This is the first time we were actually able to talk.
Indeed.
I love your voice, Dimi.
I love your voice too.
Now, I tried to make it obvious to this man that the decoy was in fact still a teenager, so I mentioned my mom and school quite a bit. But even if I hadn't, this man knows my age and knew it for a long time, so there's really no defending him.
My mom's currently in the kitchen cooking, so this is a perfect time for me to call you. I always have to hide that I'm on a device.
And then he started getting weird.
Can you tell me what are you wearing now? I wanna imagine of you.
Alright, I'm wearing a, well, I don't know what to call it. It's not a crop top, but it's what you put under, an undershirt, because I'm at home and it's cozy, and a mini skirt.
Sounds really hot. I bet that you look so sexy.
And if you think that was weird, well, it's about to get a lot worse.
As long as we are talking now, I'm myself. It is huge right now. I just wish you were here.
I wish I was there too.
Oh, fuck. I think that I'm gonna come.
Wait, what? Dimi, you can't say things like that.
Yeah, it's really great to listen to your voice. I wanna kiss you everywhere, all over your face and body. You are gorgeous.
Now we're reaching towards the end of the call, and this is how it went.
I have to go.
Bye, my angel. Love you so much, Kayla.
Bye. I love you more.
And with that, I can fully say with confidence that this man was 100% convinced that I was who I pretended to be.
And now, it's time to face the hardest part of this investigation, contacting law enforcement. Now, why is this so challenging? Because the suspect is in Greece, so I have to contact his local police. And if you didn't know, I'm located in the United States, and I don't speak Greek, so there might be a language barrier and an issue with the time difference. However, that won't stop us from trying. But before I could do anything, I had to get his last name and his city, which wasn't really a problem. I was able to get him to tell me his city in a previous call.
I've always wondered, what part of Greece are you from?
And I was able to get his last name by tricking him into thinking it was for a ship name between him and the decoy. This was all about a month into the relationship, so he wasn't very suspicious when I asked him these questions. Now, I had all the information I needed to contact a police department in his local town, and this is how it went. Hello, is there an English speaker I can speak to?
Yes?
I'd like to report somebody. They ended the call. What am I supposed to do? Now, although the pre-recorded message asked me if I speak English before I was transferred, the person on the phone just hung up on me for absolutely no reason when I asked to file the report. But of course, I couldn't stop there, so I decided to call another police department in his hometown. I need to report somebody.
Mister, I am on here. Where are you? Here in
I'm not in, but I'd like to report somebody who, okay, he hung up on me. Now, it appears that the incompetence of the police where Dimitri lives is absolutely ridiculous. So I decided to call the tourist police in the entire nation of Greece to try to report him there. And they just told me I had to talk to their cybercrime unit. So I dialed the number and this is how it went. I'd like to report an individual who has been talking and explicitly with who they believe is
Yes, and what makes you think that someone from Greece?
Because he told me that he's from Greece. He had it in his profile, and he also told me specifically. I have his name, his last name, his picture, his location. I have all information on him.
Okay, and you have access to the dialogues? You have access to the...
I do. I have the dialogues. I have all the evidence. I have screenshots. I have voice messages as well, where he shows his voice. And this is the part when I was finally told where to make the report, which would include all of the evidence.
You can send us an email, okay? Say that, listen, I've got all of this info regarding an individual in Greece. He did this is the info. These are the screenshots of the conversation between, was he talking with a mother?
Yes.
Okay, let me know if you need anything else.
And then I used the email they provided over the phone to make a lengthy report about the individual Dimitri. It included his general information as well as the pictures he sent me. I also attached a PDF file which included every single part of our message logs. And with that, the investigation is now in the hands of the law, but there's still one thing we have to do. You see, we always confront our suspects, and Dimitri is no different. It's crazy to think that this investigation has gone on for almost 2 months, so he's completely convinced that I'm legit, which means this call definitely had more weight than any confrontation I have ever done before.
I really, really, really wish you were here.
I wish that as well.
Hopefully, you are going to be ungrounded soon.
Hello, Dimitri. You do realize it's illegal to have a relationship with a correct? I've already reported you to the police. They have everything on you. Is there anything you'd like to say? Of course he leaves. And with that, our long relationship with 50-year-old Dimitri has come to an end. What's funny is he immediately left call and blocked me before I could even message him. I guess the 2 months we've been talking wasn't enough to prevent him from doing exactly what everyone else does. At first, I was actually expecting him to stay and ask questions, but to no one's surprise, he knew exactly what he was doing the entire time, so of course he's just going to leave once he knows he's been caught. As of now, the email I sent to the cybercrime unit in Greece has also been given a response, and they will be looking into this investigation further with the evidence that I have given them. And fingers crossed that this dangerous man will finally be caught and justice will be served. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one.